Championship or bust. September 2012, Lakers practice facility, El Segundo, California, first week of training camp. The entire basketball world is watching this experiment, waiting to see if it works or explodes spectacularly. The Los Angeles Lakers just assembled a super team on paper, trading for Dwight Howard from Orlando, the most dominant center in basketball, three-time Defensive Player of the Year, athletic freak who can change games with blocks and dunks. Pair him with Kobe Bryant, Steve Nash, Pau Gasol, and suddenly the Lakers look unstoppable, championship favorites, the team everyone predicts will dominate the Western Conference. Except there's a problem nobody wants to acknowledge publicly yet. Dwight Howard's reputation around the league is whispered, not screamed. Talented, but soft. Athletic, but not tough. Dominant regular season, player who disappears when playoffs get physical. And Kobe Bryant, who just spent an entire summer recruiting Dwight to Los Angeles, convincing him to join the Lakers, selling him on championships and legacy, is about to discover in the first week of practice that everything he heard about Dwight's mentality is worse than advertised. What happens over the next 6 months becomes one of the most toxic teammate relationships in NBA history. It starts in practice, September 27, 2012, 9:34 a.m., when Kobe calls Dwight soft in front of the entire team, and Dwight's face shows he's never been confronted like this before. By April 2013, Dwight requests a trade, leaves Los Angeles, and his career trajectory never recovers. Because Kobe didn't just call him soft once. He proved it every single day until Dwight couldn't take it anymore and ran. September 2012, Lakers training camp begins with massive expectations. Dwight Howard arrives in Los Angeles as the centerpiece of the Lakers championship plan, 26 years old, entering his prime, averaging 21 points and 14 rebounds per game, capable of dominating both ends when engaged. But there's context the media doesn't emphasize enough. Dwight just forced his way out of Orlando through a messy, public, indecisive saga where he demanded trades, changed his mind, demanded trades again, publicly feuded with Stan Van Gundy, destroyed relationships with teammates, and ultimately got what he wanted but burned every bridge doing it. The entire league watched that unfold and registered it. Talented but immature, dominant but unreliable, great when happy, disappears when challenged. Kobe Bryant is 34 years old, 2 years removed from back-to-back championships, obsessed with winning more before his career ends, and he spent all summer recruiting Dwight personally, calling him, selling the vision, convincing him Los Angeles is where championships get built. Kobe believes if Dwight commits fully, embraces the grind, matches Kobe's work ethic, they can win multiple titles together. He's invested in making this work, but that investment comes with non-negotiable expectations. Championship-level effort, championship-level focus, championship-level toughness. And from day one of training camp, Dwight shows none of it. September 27, 2012, 9:17 a.m. First full-contact scrimmage of training camp. The coaching staff sets up 5-on-5, starters versus reserves, real basketball, contact allowed, intensity expected. Kobe is locked in immediately, treating this like a playoff game, pressuring defensively, attacking offensively, setting the tone. Dwight starts casually, joking with teammates, not taking it seriously, playing at 60% effort. First possession, Dwight's man scores an easy layup because Dwight doesn't contest, just watches. Kobe notices, doesn't say anything yet, just registers it. 3 possessions later, Dwight gets the ball in the post against backup center Robert Saker. Complete mismatch. Dwight has 6 inches and 60 pounds advantage. Dwight tries a baby hook, misses, doesn't fight for the rebound, just jogs back on defense. Kobe stops the scrimmage. Run it again. Same play. They reset. Dwight posts up again, gets the ball, same weak hook attempt, miss, no rebound effort. Kobe stops it again. What are you doing? Dwight shrugs, smiling. Just getting a feel for it, man. It's practice. Kobe stares at him. This is championship practice. You go hard or you sit. The tension starts there, subtle but visible. Dwight thinks Kobe is being too intense for September. Kobe thinks Dwight isn't being intense enough for a team with championship expectations. The scrimmage continues. 10 minutes later, Dwight's defensive assignment scores 3 straight times because Dwight doesn't rotate, doesn't help, doesn't communicate. Kobe is guarding the ball handler, forces him baseline, expects Dwight to rotate and contest. Dwight stands flat-footed in the paint watching. Easy layup. Next possession, same thing. Kobe forces baseline. Dwight doesn't rotate. Bucket. Third time, Kobe stops the entire practice. Walks to half court. Looks at Dwight directly. You're playing soft. You're not contesting. You're not rotating. You're not doing your job. Dwight's smile disappears. I'm out here. I'm playing. Kobe shakes his head. No, you're going through the motions. That's not playing. That's wasting everyone's time. The gym goes silent. Players watching, coaches watching, everyone understanding this is the moment. Kobe just publicly called out the team's newest star in the first week of camp. Dwight processes this, clearly uncomfortable, not used to being confronted like this, especially in front of teammates. Man, it's just practice. Relax. Wrong response. Worst possible response. Kobe's expression changes immediately. Just practice? You think championships are won in games? They're won in practice. Every rep, every drill, every possession. You don't get to turn it on when it's convenient. You're either all in or you're not. Dwight doesn't respond, just stands there embarrassed, angry, but not knowing how to respond to this level of intensity in September. Practice resumes. The energy is different now, heavier, tense. Dwight tries harder for a few possessions, then reverts to casual effort. By the end of practice, Kobe has stopped talking to him completely. Just plays, executes, leads by example, but the message is clear. Dwight isn't meeting the standard, and if it doesn't change, this partnership is doomed. Over the next 3 months, the pattern repeats daily. Kobe demands championship effort in every drill, every scrimmage, every shoot-around. Dwight shows up inconsistently, some days engaged, most days casual, joking around, not taking the process seriously. And every time Dwight shows softness, Kobe calls it out. Not privately in the locker room, publicly, in front of everyone. Soft, weak effort, not championship level. The words land harder each time because they're true and Dwight knows it, but doesn't know how to change his approach. November 2012, regular season starts. The Lakers struggle immediately. Chemistry non-existent. Dwight and Kobe barely speaking off the court. Their on-court relationship forced, mechanical. Dwight is still recovering from back surgery, not fully healthy, but using it as excuse for inconsistent effort. Kobe has no patience for excuses. You're either playing or you're not. If you're not healthy, sit. If you're playing, play hard. Dwight feels attacked constantly, believes Kobe is being unreasonable, too demanding, not understanding his injury situation. December 2012, Mike D'Antoni takes over as head coach after Mike Brown gets fired. D'Antoni's system requires Dwight to run, pick and roll, set screens, be a roller rather than post player. Dwight hates it, wants post touches, wants to be featured, complains publicly about the offense. Kobe explodes in practice. You want post touches? Earn them. Stop being soft in the pick and roll, and maybe you'll get what you want. The relationship deteriorates further. January 2013, Lakers are barely above .500, dysfunction visible to everyone. Reporters ask Dwight about playing with Kobe. Dwight gives diplomatic answers publicly, but privately tells teammates he can't deal with Kobe's intensity, can't handle being called out constantly, wants to leave. Kobe hears the whispers, doesn't care, keeps pushing, keeps demanding, keeps calling Dwight soft because changing approach now would validate everything Dwight is doing wrong. March 2013, Lakers fighting for playoff position, desperation mode. Practice intensity increases. Kobe is playing through injuries, demanding everyone match his sacrifice. Dwight continues inconsistent effort. Some games dominant, other games invisible. After a loss where Dwight gets outplayed by a backup center, Kobe confronts him in the locker room. You're the most talented center in the league, and you're getting dominated by guys who aren't half as athletic because you refuse to be tough. You're soft mentally. Until that changes, you'll never win anything. Dwight snaps. I'm tired of you calling me soft. I'm out here every night. Kobe doesn't back down. Being out there isn't enough. Being tough is what matters. And you're not tough. You fold when it gets physical. You disappear when games matter. That's soft. And everyone in this league knows it. The locker room is frozen. Steve Nash tries to intervene, de-escalate. Kobe walks out. Dwight sits there processing the confrontation, humiliated, angry, but somewhere underneath, knowing Kobe is right. The problem is Dwight doesn't know how to fix it, doesn't know how to develop the mental toughness Kobe demands. And instead of trying, he decides to leave. April 2013. Season ends with Lakers getting swept in first round by Spurs. Dwight is dominated by Tim Duncan and Thiago Splitter. Soft defensively, invisible offensively in crucial moments. Everything Kobe predicted. After the series ends, Dwight tells Lakers management privately he wants out, requests trade, doesn't want to play with Kobe anymore, can't handle the pressure, the criticism, the standards. July 2013, Dwight signs with Houston Rockets as free agent, leaves Los Angeles, leaves Kobe, chooses a situation where he won't be challenged as hard, where the pressure is less, where being talented is enough without being tough. And his career trajectory changes immediately. Never reaches another finals. Never wins Defensive Player of the Year again. Bounces between teams for the next decade. Always talented, never great. Always the same whispers following him. Soft, not tough enough. Can't handle pressure. Years later, 2020, Dwight finally wins a championship. With the Lakers. With LeBron James. As a role player, not a star. Accepts his limitations, embraces the role, contributes without needing to be featured. And in interviews after winning, Dwight is asked about playing with Kobe in 2012. He pauses, emotional. Kobe was right. About everything. I wasn't ready for that level of intensity. I wasn't tough enough mentally. He tried to make me better, and I ran from it instead of embracing it. That's my biggest regret. The reporter asks if he wishes he could do it over. Dwight nods. Every day. If I'd listened to Kobe, if I'd matched his intensity, we could have won multiple championships. Instead, I left, and it took me 7 more years to win 1 ring as a role player. Kobe was trying to make me great. I was too immature to understand it. September 27th, 2012, 9:34 a.m. Kobe Bryant calls Dwight Howard soft in front of the entire Lakers team. Dwight's face shows he's never been challenged like this before, never been confronted this directly, never been forced to face his own mental weakness. And instead of rising to meet the challenge, instead of proving Kobe wrong, Dwight runs. Requests trade, leaves Lakers, spend the next 7 years proving Kobe was right. Because calling someone soft isn't cruel when it's accurate. And Kobe's only mistake was believing Dwight had the mentality to change. He didn't, and his career never recovered from running away from the truth. If you want the real stories of teammate relationships that destroyed careers, the brutal honesty that drove stars away, the moments where standards were too high for talent to meet, subscribe to The Real Game. We break down the confrontations that change trajectories. New stories every week. This is where truth ends careers when players can't handle it.